Hey guys, Chris from the Ultimate Recycler. Welcome back to the channel, and we continue our Tasmanian tour exactly where we left off from last episode. We're now on episode 4, driving along a road north from Strawn, heading to Zeehan in more showery conditions. Well, we've made it about 30 or 40 minutes to Zeehan, which is another old mining town and has some beautiful old buildings. That one's a school of mines. And there's some lovely old architecture here. That one's the post office. Not sure what the one down the end there is, probably a hotel. There's another weird building a bit further along. And if I don't get myself run over, I'll walk out in the street. The rain's not too heavy. And I better stop, this car's coming. Oh no, he's turning. Next one's not. Walk quickly. And there's another weird building down the end there. And I've just come out from under the old Central Hotel. Wikipedia tells me there was up to 20 hotels in the main street back in the boom days of mining, where I think they found silver and tin and lead in the hills nearby. And I think Christine told me it was once the third or fourth most populated town in Tasmania back in the early days. But like a lot of times, the boom of the mining rush sort of dwindles and the towns are left with some nice historic buildings and the population just drops off over the years. So I don't know how many's here at the moment. There's a couple of op shops, so we're just having to poke around before we get back on the road. Just walking back to the car. Misty rain, but not too bad. And over here behind one of the op shops is a shipping container with the sign garage sale out the front of it. I feel I need to go and have a look. Okay, old guy's just having a bit of a clean up. He's got some shed stuff. Oh, all sorts of things in here. This is my sort of stuff. Lots of car parts. Actually, there'd be some good stuff in here, but we can't take much back on the plane. Lots of old tools, even some books. Christine's found a zipper.
Yeah, I found a zip.
Of course she has.
Well, I've always got used for a zip.
Oh, I had one of these. Automotive test meter. It looks like a pipe cutter under there. Brace and bit, some old wood planes, and he's got things priced. $3 for that weight. What's on this little boat plane? Can't see a price on that one. This Stanley plane has got 75 on it. Alright, so he's done a bit of checking. But oh look, he's fairly organised. $5 each for these car badges. Look, that one's an otter. That's an otter. I wonder what happened to the toy. Hardware, copper wire. Look, come on, scrappers, look at this. Now, I was thinking, this raises a good point. I was stripping some wire the other day, and I have a little bin at the shop. And every now and then a customer sticks their hand in and says, how much is the copper wire? And I'm only putting it aside to sell for scrap. And I'm thinking, oh, he's done the same thing. It's amazing how many people. He's got $5 each on a little spool that probably weighs 100 grams. So that would make $50 a kilo selling it that way. Much better than $10 or $12 a kilo to the scrapyard. I reckon, I was talking, was I talking to you? Yeah. I reckon I'm going to strip some wire and just hang it up for craft use.
It looks pretty too.
It does. That's an awesome idea.
And I might find a use for it.
You might, that's true. Cash register. Yeah, I think this isn't just a once-off clean-up. I think he does this permanently. But that's cool. He said he had another container as well. We really don't need to look. I just can't help myself. We don't have room to take stuff back in our luggage, but it's always nice to have a browse. Okay, this guy knows what he's doing. He's got his scrap bins out the back. He's even got a forklift. It looks like there's some aluminium rims down there. So he's no old guy just cleaning up his shed in a once-off event. He's a dealer, and good on him. Another interesting container. Look at the old rotary hoe. That's been around for a while. Some old Donald fence strainers. Boxes of bottles. Well, of course, I'm going to have a quick browse in there, but I think they'd be all pretty common ones. And he's even selling his brass P-traps, $25. So he's getting much better than scrap price for those as well. And old cans of paint. Good luck to selling them, but maybe you might find someone that wants them. What's he got up the top here? Is there a sign? Yeah, he's just got them labelled as to what they are, no prices. And car stuff and tyres and even a box of old trophies. If you're not good enough at sport, perhaps, Christine, we should buy some. Let's buy some table tennis
I
trophies.
said I need one. I said the only trophy I was coming home with is one I picked up from an op shop.
Well, there you go. So we'll come home with table tennis trophies whether we win or not.
And I'll just stick my bat on top of it.
Are you finding one that's suitable?
I'm gonna...
No.
Maybe.
They're all football trophies.
We need one.
All right. How about we just play really well and win one?
Yeah, right.
Well, we've made it to Rosebury, and we can't not wear these ponchos we bought from the op shop because it looks like it's going to rain again. It's only just stopped. It's been showery most of the day, so
I plan on jumping under a waterfall if it's possible.
she said she will on camera. Let's go. Waterfalls just down here. Rosebury's another mining town, about 1,000 people I think, and there's a big mine up in the hills there. And I don't know what this construction is here, maybe that's for the mine too. So they are still mining here, even though these towns were built historically about 100 years ago. I guess the price of metals, especially silver and copper, the mines are still viable. Right, so this is one of the many rivers in Tassie. I think it's called the Stitt River, S-T-I-T-T. And look, every few kilometres when you're driving through these mountains, you cross a fresh mountain stream. They're not massive rivers by any account, but they're certainly fast flowing. And there's a fair bit of water on the path here at the moment. So we were going to do the Montezuma Falls, I think I may have mentioned, but you can't get to it. There's trees down, the road's blocked from the big storms they had here a couple of weeks ago. But these ones are right next to the town, so we could do these quite easily. Well, it's quite deep, isn't it? Oh, they're nice falls. Going around the edge of that big rock. Nice deep rock pool at the bottom. Which part are you going to stand under? Or we might just wait for the next shower.
I think so.
How good would that be in the middle of summer, eh? Well, we've made it to a little place called Tullah, which is not much more than a collection of houses amongst the mountains. And there's a beautiful large lake here. It's misty rain again. The clouds have settled in low over the hills. Christine's gone wandering out in the rain somewhere. She's trying to justify that it constitutes standing under a waterfall. I guess technically water is falling. But what a beautiful place. There's even rabbits on the grass here. It's like a retreat cabins, accommodation. There's sort of dormitory corridors with nicely appointed rooms, a beautiful big area in there, dining room, big open fires, and good internet, they said. So we're actually going to sit in a lounge just inside there near the open fire this evening and edit some of our videos. And there's even a large size chess set over there, a chess board that you can play. It's a shame the weather's not nicer, but you know, it's still quite pleasant. It's at the end of winter, and it is Tasmania. It's supposed to be cold, but it's not windy now. It's actually quite beautiful. A little bit of misty rain coming under the shelter where I'm standing, but an absolutely fantastic place to stay. It's a shame we're only here one night. We're leaving first thing in the morning, but we shall enjoy our stay. We're going to have a meal in the restaurant tonight, and as I said, sit in front of the open fire and do some editing for you guys. Well, I don't know where she's gone. She's gone walkabout somewhere, and this misty rain's getting a bit wet for me, so... Oh, I can hear you. Where are you? I'm over here. All right, I'll have to go and find her. There she is, along the end of the track. This is like hide and seek in a wet forest. Why are we doing this?
I've been exploring.
You've been exploring. Are you filming? Funny, so am I. So it's not really rain, it's like a super heavy mist. I think they call it like a Scotch mist, is it? where the cloud or the fog is so thick you actually get wet. It's certainly beautiful countryside. I guess there's a lot of good fishing here. Didn't I say no more steps? For goodness sake, Tasmania has way too many steps. Are you following? Come on. We're elite athletes, we can do this.
I'm not the one complaining.
All right, I think we'll be fine when we have ice cream. Okay, let's get undercover. So we'll go into the lounge area. They've got a restaurant, sort of cafe, they've got ice creams, and they've got 2 open fires, and I think I need to dry off. Tasmania has a very high rainfall, I believe, certainly would do in the mountains, so this would be absolutely beautiful in summer, and of course not quite as hot as mainland Australia, so probably a really nice season to live here. In the winter, well, maybe just stay in your rooms. So here's the dormitory style rooms. It's quite dark now, we're getting towards dusk. But undercover walkways, and here's the back entrance into the main restaurant area, and I can already feel that it's nice and warm. Heaters are going well. Haven't got a pool table. Shame it's not a table tennis table. We could have done some training. Okay, I can't film for very long in here. We've got music going, but beautiful big open fires, nice dining area, and fantastic view over the lake. Just packing up this morning, and just thought I'd give you a look at the room. Hang on, let me turn the TV off. Very comfortable, very well appointed, warm, comfortable, cozy. It's actually a really nice accommodation place right on the edge of the lake, as you saw. This is just one of about, I think, 3 or 4 various sort of dormitory style rooms, but they're nice and warm. And interesting, with every accommodation place in Tasmania, you have electric blankets, you have extra blankets, you have really good heating. And look, for me, it's cold down here. We're, by all means, we're not as cold as many of you in different parts of the world, in Canada and US and everywhere else. But in Australia, this is chilly. I think this is the nicest place we've stayed at. It's been absolutely fantastic. You could easily spend a week here and just drive to local sightseeing spots and do waterfall walks and everything. So the Tullah Lakeside Lodge, look it up if you're down in Tassie on the west coast. And it's raining again this morning, but hey, that's what you get here. But don't the mountains look beautiful with the clouds hanging over them? So we're on the road again shortly. We're heading around Cradle Mountain. Whether we drive up towards the lodge or not depends on the weather. It's supposed to be snow down to low levels later today. We might also see some caves. So yep, another big adventure-packed day. We better hit the road. Here comes Christine to round me up. The car's packed. Have we paid our bill?
Better go do that.
We better go and do that. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Bye for now.